everyone, I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life Love Shopping on this Valentine's Day
I know.
edition.
Do you guys like our colors? I think we look pretty good together.
Yes.
Well, speaking of Valentine's Day, right? Weddings are the ultimate Valentine's Day gift, and Stanley Babb has been the go-to wedding photographer for people of color all over the world.
His body of work throughout the years has prompted Harper's Bazaar to nominate him as one of the 62 most influential wedding photographers in the world. He's been recognized by magazines such as Brides Magazine, Us Weekly, Vogue, and People. Stanley Babb, welcome to Life Love Shopping. Such an honor to get to look at your work and meet you.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
All right. Well, Stanley, my first question has to be, what inspired you to take up photography? I know you grew up in the Bahamas. Was it being surrounded by beauty all the time? You're just like, I got to capture this. What was the story behind that?
The thing is, I actually started wedding photography here in the States.
Okay.
I came here for college and, I studied IT. So basically wedding photography photography in general was just like something like a hobby, that I used when I went away with my family. And then after a while, I noticed that, after a few YouTube sessions, I started getting better. And, I met someone, he kind of introduced me, and I just kind of fell in love after the first wedding, So that's pretty much, how it started.
And Stanley, what are the challenges of photographing people of color? That's really your specialty, and your images are absolutely stunning.
The challenges is kind of general on the wedding day, you have a flow in your mind, but just kind of things just change on the spot. So it's just basically that, a lot of times, a lot of stuff is changing, and you kind of have to make decisions on the spot. So it's really like a fast thinking, thing that you have to do on each job. And, just different, everything is different. Like the cultures are different, the brides are different, different people have different preferences. So, that's just kind of just one of the challenges that we face on the wedding day.
Absolutely. And as a person of color myself, I can attest to the fact that I have been photographed in awful lighting before where you can't distinguish anything but my teeth. So it's so refreshing, as Andrea was saying, just seeing your photos on the screen, the beauty you capture, just everything so wonderfully. I want to know, when you decided to get into specializing with people of color, did you find that there was that need, that people were coming to you and asking for that, or did you just jump into it yourself?
So basically, I guess it's kind of a thing like, kind of what you advertise, what you show. I guess, I guess it's like certain people just like, what I show. So, it's generally, we kind of shoot many cultures and stuff like that, but it's, over the years, it's just generally the style people tend to gravitate towards. So that's pretty much how it is.
Absolutely. And these images are so romantic and exotic. Is it the clothes, the lighting, the location? How do you make everything just feel so beautiful, like right out of a fairy tale?
Yeah. Over time, I've kind of been lucky. I have amazing clients. We photograph on all these amazing locations all over the world. So it kind of gets a little easy, because people, if you have amazing clients, they have amazing clothes, amazing backgrounds, it generally, kind of works in my favor like that, Like if you look at all the pictures you see, St. Lucia, destination weddings, Dubai, Greece,
Wow.
It's kind of hard to go wrong, amazing clients. Yeah.
Stanley, you must have some pretty amazing frequent flyer miles based on all these photos, right? What would you say are the biggest challenges in dealing with a wedding party? I mean, if any, really.
Good question.
With a wedding party, the only thing that I could say, it depends on the size. These days, it used to be like 3 in a wedding party, 4 in a wedding party. These days, you see people have like 20 and 30.
Oof.
I would say the main challenge is, different people and their different personalities. You kind of showing up to the location with people that you don't even know. So when you get there, you have to kind of react, kind of interpret people's like personalities, and kind of different setup. Because the thing on the wedding day, people have different, different attitudes and stuff. A lot of stuff, going on depending on the bride and the situation, but it's definitely different, based on the number, of people, and their personalities, like I said, and because some people just, in different places on the wedding day, they're in their mind, they're, on a phone call, something's going on in their life, something's going on in this other person's life. So it's just like, kind of get everyone to one page, that's the main challenge with the bridal parties.
All right, so I have to ask, have you ever had to work with a bridezilla? You don't have to drop the name, but give us some good stories. I'm sure you have some.
Honestly, I don't get a whole lot of them.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't attract that kind of bride. But I guess all right. So I think the only way a bridezilla affects the photographer is if they don't trust the photographer. So the clients I get, they kind of trust what I'm doing. I probably have like one situation where I can remember. It was like a celebrity client. They weren't familiar with my work or whatever, that kind of in that way. And then I was booked by the network, so they kind of gave me like a lot of pushback when I tried to get them to do certain stuff. After a while they call, they apologize after they got the pictures back, that
and they
kind of
see
thing.
your beautiful work. They're like, oh wait, I was being a brat, and he's amazing, and I love everything he does.
So like I said, you'll have many bridezillas on the wedding day. I mean, you call them bridezilla for different reasons, but as far as affecting me and me referring to her as a bridezilla, it has to be like where, like I said, where they're giving me pushback. But most people, when they kind of spending that kind of money on wedding photography, they kind of, they kind of giving you kind of free flow on, on the wedding day, and they kind of trust your vision.
Of course.
Well, Stanley, it's been terrific to have you here on the show. I think you should come out with a coffee table book or an entire volume of them.
I keep that in mind. That sounds good.
Please do. Where can people find more information on you and your work?
So basically, you can go to stanlowphotography.com. On all other platforms, it's also Stanlow Photography. So it's pretty easy to find me anywhere.
Great. Stanley, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Life Flip Shop.